And I think we're live. My very first coding stream session. Let's see how we go. It says it's live. Do I have any video? I can't see any video. There we go. I got video. So I literally just set this up a couple of minutes ago, and I'm just running through building a video recording app for MacOS. So my progress so far, basically what I'm doing is creating a device capture app. So I'm creating basically when I write code and when I run code, I want to be able to record the output in the simulator. So when I'm creating a video, I have an archive of all the versions of the code that I've created. And to do that, I've created a simple tool which will record the simulator. So let me just I'll load up a project. How am I supposed to do this without doxing myself? All right, hang on. Where is the video editing? Here we are. Can I turn off? Okay, video MacOS screen. Okay, I can turn that off. Now, we can go to like my screenshot editor app and iPhone. So the simulator recorder is what I've created, and I want to do a live coding session. So this is where I've got it at so far. Ignore the settings screen. That's what I'm working on today. But basically what this does now is this keeps an eye on the screen for when the simulator launches. So then when I press play on the simulator, need to run it on the simulator first. There we are. So I play on the simulator, and in the background, the software now is capturing video, recording the progress in the simulator. So theoretically, every time I create some code and I run it on the simulator to test it, it will record what I've done. And then I go to, I've really got to work out a better way to do this because I don't. Desktop. There we are. Okay. I got to work out a better way to do this. I don't want to dox myself. So now it's automatically recording the simulator. You can see here every time it's the focused window, it starts to record. So this is the recording from the first one. You can see it's exactly as it was shown on the simulator. And then I highlighted the window again, so it's created another video there. Not explaining it very well, but I think you get the gist. So the tool is to create an easy way for me to record what's happening with the iterations of my apps, and then have an archive so I can show the progress in the video. And then I had some people say that's actually an idea you should pursue. So today, this is a tool that fixes a problem in video editing that probably takes 2 minutes to crop it and edit it. But as any programmer, what I'm going to do is turn a 2-minute problem into a full day of coding because I over-engineer things. So we got the app. Let's go. And what I want to do with the app is this is what I've been working on. I want to be able to add the windows that we are capturing. So at the moment, it's hard coded that it captures the simulator, and I want to start coding so that it captures whatever windows we want. So I'm going to do a live coding session running through that. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how this will go. I don't even know if you can see how many people. 7 people. That's pretty cool. I didn't expect that it would go anywhere. And then we have I think I saw somewhere I can put the comments on the screen. Obs. There was a way to put comments on the screen. Let me just... Obs show comments on screen. I don't want to... No, that's Zoom. We don't want Zoom. When I first loaded up this software, it had it, and then I closed, it crashed, and I had to load it up again. How do I do it then? Settings, stream. I'm not sure. I'd like to put the comments in this part. I seem to be able to do it before, and it's not working now. Can I even see comments on Safari? All right, let's just do it the old-fashioned way. Like literally, just bring the video up. All right, Sticky Games. Hello. You're the first comment on my live stream ever. Congratulations, well done. Thank you for checking in. I hope I've helped a lot. That's been my aim, is just to share my passion with coding. So I hope it's been beneficial for you. Really enjoying my content. Thank you very much. So I don't have a video ready for tonight, and I wanted the video to be about creating this app. So today I'm just going to do a live coding session of getting the app up and running. I want to get the comments. I want to get this comment bar sort of pop out. That'll do. There we are. That's one way of doing it, isn't it? It takes up too much of the screen. Oh well. Oh well. All right. That's the Mac app simulator recorder. Mac app. So I've run this through ChatGPT, and I've got like a session that I've been running with this morning, creating this interface. I've never made a MacOS app before. And I'm basing this off, and I'm going to open up the settings. So I think I need to just turn off the camera again while I get to the right place in the settings. I got to work out a better way to manage all this, but there's no place like the current. So record screen, which apps? So the interface I'm replicating today is the settings screen for screen and system audio recording. So I've already got down the process of having something that looks quite similar, and then I've also made it so I can select which items in there. I can't toggle at the moment, but I had ChatGPT to help me out with this. One other tool that I made was in my last video, I was answering questions, and I didn't want to over edit like take 2 minutes to edit something. So instead, I decided that the best way to do that is to make a tool that does it for me on the fly. So in the last video, I created this tool. You might have seen it. I can highlight any part of the screen. It makes it full screen for me while I'm chatting. So that is this screen cropper app. That was my first experience creating a MacOS app, and then just going down this process of making a simulator app. Search for OBS chat overlay, not comments. OBS chat overlay. Chat overlay YouTube, because I did see it pop up. How to display YouTube chat with OBS Studio.
How's it going, everyone? John here. Welcome to another OBS Studio tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the custom dock streams. And you're going to go to already have set up, but what you're going to want to do is go up to View, Docs, Custom Browser Docs. And as you can see, I already have one.
View. There's no option for custom browser docs. I don't love it when a tutorial gives you
So in this video, I'm going to walk you step by gameplay, and then I have a empty to stream. You'll come to where it says overlay screens. You want
overlay is not what I'm looking for. Adding live chat overlay to your stream 2023.
It won't even show on your streaming software. Next, you could select. First, you're going to select which theme that you'd like. You have 5 to add extra emotes and show messages.
That's for Twitch.
And then you want to code manually right there.
There was a way to do it. There was a, I don't know. Hi B. Thanks for dropping in. Saeed, thanks for the recommendation. I had a quick look on Google and I can't see. Hello, Mark from Singapore. How do I add proper chat overlay? What's this? New chat, live chat. All messages are visible. How do I do this? View. Dock toolbars. View dock toolbars. Add scene. Let's just play around this chat. Add source. No, I don't know. Just make do today with the YouTube chat on the side. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so first thing first, I've started the coding process and I thought what good content it would be to just code live and have a chat happening while I'm coding, because that'll be fun. Okay, first thing I've got, this is generated with ChatGPT and I'm just modifying it from here. And I want now I'm getting self-conscious coding when I've got people watching. Okay, foreground color. What I want to do is if it's selected, it's white, otherwise it's the default color. Text, make that the foreground color. Can I do that inline? I don't know. color dot. So when it's selected, we want it to be white. Otherwise, color dot. What's the default? Whoa, the screen's really laggy when I'm streaming. This is a Mac only app. I've just been focusing on building Mac only. I'm going to turn that into its own class because that's not going to work into its own function. Selected color. The keyboard's really laggy when I'm streaming. I'm just learning this now. So I'm running on a MacBook M3. I've upgraded it because I didn't like the laggy keyboard on my M1. And now I've got laggy keyboard back again. Selected color. Selected color, and we're going to say application if selected color ID is the application ID, I want to return white, else return, I think it's default. Let's see. Has no member default. I can't remember. There's the default color, depending on if it's in dark mode or not. M3 Max. I'm horrible at this. Yeah. Color primary. Well, this is actually a good little help here. Thank you, Ahmed. I've got a compile. What am I doing here? Foreground color should be returning. Failed. I've got a bracket left in there. What am I doing? What am I doing? I've got a bracket somewhere lost, haven't I? So that shouldn't be there. I feel like getting into the flow while doing this is a whole new skill set, and I've got all of a sudden a brand new respect for people who live stream code more often. I guess it's just one of those things where it just comes in handy. It'll be something you get a, what am I trying to say? It'll be a skill set that you grow with when you do it over time. Because at the moment I'm making silly mistakes and I just can't even see my silly mistakes. It has to be the foreground color because that's the thing. Okay. What have I done? Go back and work out what have I done. So it was that foreground color was in there. My version control is undoing and then redoing. But that's not in there. What? Now let's do it again. Okay. Well, what I will do is undo it until it was working and then try again. There we go. Selected color. Foreground color. Selected color. And we got the current selected app. This is code that ChatGPT generated, not necessarily the type of way that I would have coded it up, but just for like a quick tool like this, it's easier to run with something that's already up and running. So now we've got the foreground color, and I've been able to replicate that functionality there. Next is adding a new application, and I've got that's been generated by ChatGPT. I also want to remove, so I think removing will be the first step. So there is a function remove app. And best way to do that. And now my my hacky coding is on display. Instead of making a hacky code, maybe we just do update function remove app to remove selected app. Yeah, that's how, like I would have done it similar to that. Let's see how it goes. Okay, screen recorder remove. Yes, it works. That's annoying me, the screen and system. I'm going to change that to, what are we calling it? Auto screen recorder is what this app's going to be called. And then allow the application below to record the content. I want to sort of just use that as inspiration. So set up auto screen recorder to automatically record. That sounds really repetitive. Automatically record active windows. ChatGPT, make this sound better for instructions on, for heading on, setting up the apps that will be automatically recorded. I want it similar to the wording on the settings app. Clipboard. Allow these applications to record the content of your screen and audio even when using other applications. I mean, that's kind of what I asked for. No, this app is an automatic screen recording app that allows the user to record the contents of a window when it is in the foreground. Reword the heading. Automatically record the screen. It needs to be, select the windows that will Select the windows that will be automatically recorded when active. Select the windows that will be automatically recorded by auto screen recorder. Yes, I just set up the YouTube channel just a couple of months ago, and I didn't know what I was doing, to be honest. And slowly started getting the rhythm, and then a bit more confidence in just talking about what I love, which is just coding. So it makes it easy. Some YouTubers will rewrite on YouTube stream what they have already written. That's interesting. Using Super Maven Copilot. I used Copilot when it first came out. I didn't quite like it, and it was for VS Code. I don't know, can you integrate it into Xcode? Max, we are building the app inspired by you, my friend. So, this is the tweet that inspired it, Max. You put this into action, so you're to blame. So I liked this, the visual way of doing the demonstration of the code. I've been struggling in videos to show a way to show the outcome of the code and show how I'm working on it. I've been doing it with an external screen that records the video. But I haven't really liked it all that much. And I like this because you could actually just see the progress in time lapse. So what I wanted to do is just make a little app that recorded the screen. We can see it in action. This is what it actually does. So when the screen is highlighted, it will start automatically recording the contents of the screen. So today I'm just working on that a bit more. And then I was egged on by the community that said, genius move, this is great. Are you going to release it for sale? And then Daniel was like, this is incredible, we'll release it. So useful for my regular job and a QA role. So, like I said, this is a problem in my life that takes all of 2 minutes to edit in a video to crop everything out. But what I would do as a coder is spend the entire day developing a simple solution that removes 2 minutes of video editing time, because that's how I roll. Oh yeah, so you do have to use VS Code. Mark says, do have to use VS Code alongside Xcode. It's a huge productivity boost. Cancelled ChatGPT sub. Using Claude now. I haven't used Claude. I should check into that. I've built myself, I've built ChatGPT, especially the new app, into my flow, and it works. So I should check out other alternatives because I've heard of that Claude's quite good. Didn't even see the tweet jumping in here. Ha ha ha. Yes, I know Screen Studio. I've got it just down here, Screen Studio. Ahmed. So back to building. A lot of people use Copilot as just code completion, but I mostly use it to move code in and out of the chat. So that's kind of the flow that I guess I'm doing with ChatGPT, just moving back and forth. And I guess there's a more efficient way of doing it, which I'm happy to learn a more efficient way of doing it. All right, so we're going to remove Windows. Auto screen recorder, select the windows that will be automatically recorded by auto screen recorder. I don't want that bold. I want things to be leading aligned. I want some nice padding in there. want it to be maybe even a scroll view. So it's top aligned. That's not working. I'm very used to building in SwiftUI on iPhone. I've never actually built an app for Mac to release. So there's going to be some learning challenges here for me. In Mac, how to do scroll view. Scroll view can be used in a similar way. So maybe so I did have it working correctly. But I feel like it's not doing a whole lot. Okay. At least I got a scroll bar, but it's not working the way I expected. We've got fee stack. We'll put I think we've got the frame on the actual scroll. That kind of a bit better, I guess. Do I have another space? There's no spacer up there. So tonight I apparently was featured by a Turkish person, and I've got over 1,000 new subscribers from people that don't speak English, and it was very confusing because I wasn't quite sure why 1,000 people out of nowhere that don't speak English would follow a English-speaking app developer from Australia. Ahmed, yeah, I think Adam, a guy called Adam, coded up Screen Studio, and the animations are quite beautiful. I've used that as inspiration on my screenshot animator program. So this is the example I was showing you in the video before. And actually I just realized it's probably a bug in what I'm doing, because this will automatically be capturing the screen, and I just moved the screen. So it probably is not going to record the screen updated. So idea for later, I have to fix that. So I've got some smooth animations built into here, and there's an entire class that runs in the background, a video editing class, to do the smooth animations, and it's been heavily inspired by Screen Studio. And one of the it's a great app, and the transitions are very smooth. This is running at 15 frames per second, but you can export it to like 30 frames per second, which makes things run a bit smoother. But so this ScreenRiz was just a stepping stone learning the video editing processes and functionality. Photos. So this is now running at 30 frames per second, and I've got the whole class that runs in the background to handle all of the direct video image generation. I thought I could just use like a Swift view and record the Swift view, but it turns out you have to actually transpose each keyframe as smoothly as possible, and then you put the curve in there. So that was the process to do that. Ahmed, I think the key functionality is really this there's a back end to ScreenRiz, which does all of the processing of the keyframes in a smooth way, with the ease in, ease out, and things like that. And that gives it that real smooth effect. And then when you run it at 30 frames per second, it works really nicely. I haven't got it to the same level that Adam has got with Screen Studio, but it's my first attempt, and we'll iterate from there. Okay, back to my live coding session, which apparently I was doing. Where was I? Oh yes, scroll bars. Scroll bars on here causing all sorts of interesting issues. I've got a computer in the background that's revving up. Hang on. My kids, that we share this space, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see on the whiteboard, if there's a whiteboard in the house and kids have access to texters, they will draw on the whiteboard. Thank you for the kind words, Ahmed. How many people are watching? How do I see that again? Yeah. 4 people concurrently, 30 views. Okay. Screen recorder. Auto screen recorder. We want to be able to remove that gap. So why is there a gap? Do we need it to be form? I don't know why ChatGPT put form in there. That's probably better suited as a fee stack for the moment. I guess because we've got a section in there, but we don't need a section anymore. I'm going to move the section bit to the top there, and I'd like to combine those two together. So I guess we can remove section. It's making a really big gap. V stack and padding bottom. Maybe I drop the scroll functionality for now. Maybe spacer doesn't work the same way in MacOS. Spacer, MacOS, Swift UI. It does, so I'm not quite sure. It's adding a massive gap to the top and the bottom, but I'd like it to all be, maybe I just do top leading. Maybe that's as easy, but it was already top leading. Has no member top leading, fantastic. This V stack, let's see what that's doing. Oh, we've got a height built into it, so it's just padding it with the extra height. What AI wrapper are you building, Saeed if you want to share. My son came up with an AI wrapper, and he's a teenager, so he's into cars at the moment. And he said, "Dad, you should make an AI wrapper that lets you take a photo of any car and it will identify the car for you and tell you the horsepower and the engine size." I thought, yeah, you could make an AI wrapper for that. Would people use it? Padding at the bottom. This microphone. Okay, that's starting to look a bit nicer and a bit better. I want to make the width of the area, the controls, bigger. So I think this is dynamic, is it? Oh, I can't even resize. Okay, so we can't resize the width of... So I guess I'd like the window to be just a bit bigger than that. So I might go width 500. And then I also had ChatGPT generate the app delegate where I could choose the width of the window. So width is currently set to 400 and settings is 500. I'm not quite sure how that works, but I want it to bring in a bit more. So we're actually dealing with the app delegate. At the top, I've got a toolbar, go to settings, and then it shows here. That's the size of this one, but that has decided that it's going to be like 0 width and 0 height. Settings. Dealing with Windows in Mac is a whole different thing. I like to just, it's Swift UI. You can just quickly do what you want to do on the mobile. A simple chatbot with image generation, visuals, etc. Nice, nice. Show settings. Okay, so I am creating a MacOS app. Here are the show settings screen on app delegate. Actually, I might just bring it back into the previous window. Update app delegate, show settings. So window is width and size of window is adhered to. Currently width and height is 0 for some reason. Okay. Set content size method, content rectangle. That looks pretty similar to what I already had. What's the difference? There's an extra comment in there. ChatGPT has added some comments. And the set content size, set the content size explicitly. Settings. Yes, that worked. I want it to be a little bit bigger. So I want it to be 500 wide. Settings. 600 wide. Because the settings view I've set to 500 already. So I'd like the width to be... Yep, that looks nice. So that'll be the settings screen. I want to be able to toggle them on and off. At the moment, I can remove from there. It's not storing the state or remembering all of the windows that I've added in there. I can just add a string in there at the moment. So next step is to tackle adding windows, I reckon. So add new application. App add view. I've got the application name, icon name. I don't want the icon name finally for it. I want it to be able to pull from the app, but that might be a bit more tricky than I thought for version 1.0. And what else have I got? Oh, interesting. Settings. Hey, how come you've decided to go back to the smaller size? Settings. What are you doing? This settings. It's decided now to go back to a smaller window size. I feel like it's automatically trying to get the width of the window from the content that's in it. So let's just see if I can add some padding to either sides, and that might fix it. Yes, it did. I'll add that to the scroll view. So in MacOS, instead of setting the window size manually, I'm just going to set the content size, and it seems to wrap it to the height of it. Okay, let's start adding new applications. This is annoying me. There's too much spacing between all of the elements within the VStack. Spacing, let's just make it 0 for now and see if that does update in here. Kinda. Oh, padding. Each one, so ChatGPT put padding individually into each one. I don't want that. I can remove the spacing there because it's probably going to work it out automatically. That's a little bit easier to read now. So what I want to do is I've got a class in here that generates all of the windows that are active. So we've got find simulator window in the, and we call it simulator window contains. So I think we just need to run off the window name. I'm not quite sure that we need to specify the name of the app and the name of the window. Maybe we do need to know the name of the app as well. For now, I think we're just going to do the name of the window. So, function active windows. I'm fantastic at naming classes. This is going to be window, so active window. Do it properly, making its own file. Active window, class active window. I guess we've already got, so we've got the layout of what goes into an app name. App icon is enabled. Active window. There is a native settings view. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. This, if I could replicate this, if there is a native way of doing this, Mark, that would be fantastic. I'm just rebuilding it at the moment. Is there a native settings view? Yeah, so ChatGPT. General preferences view. Account preferences view. I think it wants, yeah, so ChatGPT tries to rebuild it. So I don't know that there is. I'm rebuilding it. You can add settings to the app delegate and just provide it with the view. So, Ahmed, I'm showing the settings, and it's setting it as a NS window, and then we set it as, I have no idea what I'm doing with it. I'm used to Swift UI, but it seems to be, it creates an NS window, content rectangle. You can determine the style, and then that's what's executed from the drop-down bar at the top. So not the initial window that pops up, but the drop-down bar at the top. Do I need to be observed? Active windows. Find simulator window. What I want to do in this instance, I want to start just finding all the active windows so we can have it as a drop-down box. But what I'll do is print window name. Swift settings, Swift UI, you can set as settings in the app delegate and just provide your own view. It will add it to the menu bar automatically instead of you having to add it and create separate code to manage the window. You're trying to send me reference, but it's not working. Okay, adding, and I want to have a drop-down list as the application name. So first of all, what I want to do is just make sure this is working. Theoretically, what I want to appear is just all of the list of names currently open in the window. Yes, so we have all of the Windows titles in there. So window name. Owner name. I'm going to sort by owner name first, because what I want to do is just filter apps that the user would never want to record. So we got OBS Studio, System Settings, ChatGPT, Simulator Recorder, Dock, Screenshot, Windows Server, Menu Bar. Spotlight, Control Center, Windows Server. So straight away I can knock out Windows Server and Control Center. Windows Server Control Center, was it? Control Center, the American spelling. ChatGPT, Snippets Lab, Control Center, Spotlight. Feel like Spotlight doesn't need to be recorded. Dock. Don't think we want to record the dock. If exclude Windows contains window name, if not, then we print. So now we have a list. Control Center, it was Windows Server. If not, exclude Windows contains window name, then print. But it's printing even when exclude owner. Exclude owners contains owner name. Plus. So that gives us a nice list of all of the open apps. I think we are recording the owner, possibly, because it's going like it'll change. If you wanted to record Xcode, the window name will change depending on what you're actually recording. So I think in this version we go with the owner, not the window name. Active Windows. Settings view in MacOS. MacOS. Show me how to use settings view in MacOS. Thank you, Liu. These are my favorite hoodies. I like the Mambo ones. It's just settings. Settings, Swift UI, macOS. Settings. Native like app settings for macOS. Ah, here we go. Native like app settings for macOS. Ah, so someone's built it. That's a nice way of having the settings window, I guess. Keep skipping the first link. I know. Okay. Back. That one. Settings. I did open it. Okay, settings, current view. Ah. Maybe refactor. See if that'll work. Refactor this code using Swift UI macOS settings. Here's the documentation. Would that work? I don't know. I don't know if I'm on the right track or not. It does look a lot cleaner already. Okay, let's see if it works. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll have to check into that. That seems to be the path to go down. I'll have to check into it. At the moment, I've kind of got a hacky way of doing it, I guess. Thanks for the suggestion. Application name, I want to have a drop-down box. So, add app. The drop-down box can just be string, I guess. And we want to enable it or not. Okay, so we do want to have active window, owner details. Owner details. So I have the name, app icon, and is enabled. I got a package.
What's your name?
Adam.
Last name?
Lyttle, L-Y-T-T-L-E.
L-Y-T-T-L-E.
L-E? Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm back. All right, so what I want to do is have owner details that has the app name, just replicating the functionality as quickly as I can from what ChatGPT has generated. Observable object, identifiable, what am I doing? Identifiable. Okay, adding the app. State object. And we're calling it now owner details. So we'll name it owner details. Owner details. Owner details. It'll be owner details app name. Why is that not going to work? Okay. Owner details app icon is enabled. Owner details active owners. These names aren't the best. I haven't looked into the new observable macro. I should check into that. And I think with iOS development, I've been targeting older iOS versions. So I haven't really delved too much into the new macros because I want the apps to be compatible with the older devices. But I guess in the life cycle of the apps of iOS, most people are probably on 17 now. I don't know the stats. Current owners, I'm going to call it. List current owners. Oh, also, I want to make sure, I guess I don't want to duplicate the current owners. So if not list current owners contains owner name, so it won't duplicate the current owners either. So theoretically what they should do is show me a list of the current owners of the apps that are open, formatted in a way that can be put straight into the settings view. Return list current owners. I've got that as a string, so append owner details name will be owner name. And what other details? App icon, we have nothing for now. And is enabled, I guess we'll say true to start off with. What have I done there? Argument passed to call that makes no arguments. I haven't init, have I? Init app name string app icon string is enabled boolean. App name self.app icon equals app icon self.is enabled equals is enabled. It's not as laggy actually. Maybe I just got used to it. No, that's not what we are after. Replace name with app name. Simple as that. No. Convert value of type owner details expected string. I've got a string in there somewhere. Yeah, I've still got the string up there. Of course I do. Insert where? list. Because it's no longer a string. Where dot app name equals owner name. Okay, just to test it, I'm going to see if that actually does work. Current owners. Then I want to just print list current owners. Error, where's the error at? App name, app details. We want to set default values to nothing. There we go. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 items in the variable, in the array, I should say. Okay, I think that create turn application name text field into a drop-down list containing the string, the app name value of current owners as a drop-down list. Tried to override again to do a normal. Application name, selected app name. On change of owner details dot app name, new value, app name. I think I'll remove that for now just to test that that is working. So that should show me a drop down list of the windows that are available. Yes, it does. So application name. Now I can record Simulator Recorder, OBS Studio, Screenshot, ChatGPT, Snippets Lab, System UI Server. We can add that to the list of apps we don't want to capture. System UI Server, Xcode Safari, Google Chrome, System Settings. That's just because I've got the system settings open. Application name. Now if I want to... So we had the on change of app name. Selected owner, current owners first, where app name equals app name. I guess I don't actually need to update those manually because we don't want those settings for now. ChatGPT's already created a class called application. I'm already just duplicating what that functionality does. So I will just make the application the one that we're running with. Identifiable. It's already identifiable. Published. We have name, icon is enabled, name, icon is enabled, application, so remove owner details, and owner details. We want that to now to be application, because that's what we return. We return application. So application will be application. think that works. Failed. Owner details, we make that application. Owner details, we make U application, we make U application. Lots of errors. Owner details, I need a lot of references to be updated. I'll refactor it. It's not going to be as straightforward as I thought. Good old manually update. Application owner details. Place application. Replace all. App name, we no longer call it app name, we just call it app. Why did I do this to myself? App. No, we just call it name, don't we? Replace .app name with .name. Name is a let. ChatGPT made it one big class. So what I might do is start splitting it out. Application. .app icon. Place. .icon. All. Go. Do I not have... Oh, so yeah, we don't actually want to have these there in the end. Because we're just running off... Yeah, we don't want that. App name. There's going to be a few more errors here to run through. New, so add button. This is application. We don't need to duplicate that. We've already got that now stored. Application. Failed. Icon. Remove them. I don't think we need to update the variables at all. Name, icon. Okay. Speedrun refactoring. Add screenshot. Doesn't show it, but it is highlighted. So I'm adding Xcode. Add. And it adds. Hooray. Adding screenshot. And I add. And it adds, but it's overridden the last one. I think like it keeps the current settings open for some reason. So every time I add a new one, it loads up the last state of the window. Good night, Max. Have a good one. I have app 12.2 plus minimum version. I think I saw that goes back to iPhone 10. Wasn't sure. Needed support. One of my apps has a lot of usage on the older iPhone iOS versions. And in fact, I released an update that broke some older versions, and I heard about it. I got a few emails telling me that it was broken. So I guess I'm just scared to update it and then stop people from using it, which might not be the best thing to do. I'll have to look into it, whether I need to be thinking about updating to iOS, get access to some of the better code functionality. But so far we've got, what have we got? I can remove windows. I can add windows. It's not showing me the updated one, but it is allowing me to add it. So next step, hey, that showed it. What's going on there? And I hit cancel. What's going on there? Let me just start it all over again. Add window, OBS, add. Wow. Remove, add. It did show up for a moment. It showed up. But I guess we don't want to actually edit. Once they're added, all you can do is remove it. So we don't want to actually be able to add a new one. But we do want to select. Selection. It should select it. Tag. This code isn't showing the current selection in the preview of the drop down box, but when I click on the drop down, it shows a tick next to the name, next to the selected item. What gives? When it doesn't match any values. Initial value selection. It keeps wanting to revert back to my old code, so I've got to tell it not to revert back to the old code. This is the updated code. Put the fix in place with this version instead. We have selected owner, application.icon equals selected owner.icon, application is enabled is selected. What are you doing? The application name, current owners. So it will list current owners. No, it's still not doing it. It's very frustrating. Safari, I'll come back to that. Application name, adding. Okay, so we'll come back to that. Revert to this version of code and in the content view, when I add a new app, it remembers the last app settings. It needs to initialize a new application equals application. Stop, play. Is that the right area that I'm doing it? Function add app in settings view. it's in the settings view that I'm trying to update the window. I'm trying to add a new window with a refreshed version, with a new version of application initialized. Hello, Hussein. Thank you for the kind words. I'm trying something different. I am just live streaming while I'm building this little app. This is an app to just automatically record what's going on a screen when it's highlighted in the foreground to help me make videos. It says it's creating a new instance of the settings view. Let's see if that worked. No, we got plenty of errors here. What are the errors we've got? Application is ambiguous. So I think it's set up a new application, because that's what ChatGPT does. Starting to think that a better process would work. Application name. Hang on. Add app view, where it wants to override everything. So I'm not going to do that because that'll undo everything that I've done. This is making me belch, I'm sorry. Add app. Failed. Extra argument application in call. Screenshot, add. That works. Now when I add a new one, yes, and it's its own state. Fantastic. Snippets lab. Great. It shouldn't allow me to add nothing. So what I want to do is on the picker, this is my updated code. On the picker, it should default to first item on the list. User should not be able to select no items. On the name picker, on appear, first owner equals current owners dot first. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. It's resetting the whole thing. It's probably a bit overkill, but it'll do the job. Why are you doing that now? Oh yes, you want to create the structure for the application all over again. Okay, we add, oh look, now it shows. Yeah, but it's not updating it, is it? Oh, this MacOS development stuff. So I'm updating I click the drop down and it doesn't reflect in the application itself. Fun times. So OBS Studio, add. There's actually no way to not select anything, which is good. That's what we want to do. And actually we might sorted by name, sorted by alphabetical order. Yes, so Xcode at the bottom, add. And I guess we want to check just to make sure we're not adding, I don't want to add Xcode twice. So at the moment, it is possible to add Xcode twice. So I'd like to be able to exclude Xcode. will say exclude owners, app view equals that one. For application in screen recording apps. Is excluded owners append application dot name, exclude owners so I don't, if I add Xcode, I don't want to be able to add Xcode again, so that removes off the list. There we go. So we've got that. I want to be able to, oh, we can toggle that now. That's because I've set it as a class that is publishable. Before that wasn't updating, but now it is updating. That's great. That's really, really happy with that. I don't need that title at the top actually. Auto screen recorder. Horizontal padding. Vertical padding. Always get vertical and horizontal mixed up. Okay, I don't like the look of that just yet. Simulator recorder, don't like the name of that. Simulator recorder. Application name. How do I change the title of that? Ugh. We'll get back to that. Meow meow. Hello, Dev Suther. How do I mute the microphone? I'm going to go head off to the toilet for a minute. Microphone is back. Headphones are on. All right. How long have I been streaming for? I've been, let me see, stream settings, stream health. Stream is healthy. Don't want to exit stream. 1 hour, 32 minutes. How do I go back to what we're doing? All right, so I think it's been 1 hour, 36 minutes. Is this working? Yes, yes, yes. So my aim, get this ready today, get this out, make a video about it, and release the video. Easy peasy. Should be able to get it done, right? Now, okay, we want persistent state of this, but first of all, remove, Chat GPT. So keep that one there. What I would like to do is now be able to just put the logic in there to automatically record the applications that we've got open. At the moment, it's hard coded to only record the simulator window. So I have to make it look at the array and find all the list of windows that we can record. I think I'm going to do ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT to do the heavy lifting here. Content view. Okay. So instead of the active window being hard coded as iPhone 15 and simulator, I want the app to now check the active owners and then record when one of those owners are active / foreground. So all the logic of recording is the same, but now we can select multiple window names to track. Let's see what it does. I think I need to set these screen recording apps as like an environment variable so that I can just keep them updated all the time. And I want them to be persistent as well. In the settings view, ensure that we can select multiple applications. No, you're on the wrong track. On the wrong track. ChatGPT. Okie dokie. New window. I might just do the legwork of setting up this as an environment. So application, jump to definition, application. And we will call it applications. Class applications identifiable observed object observable object ID, and we want published items application. Init, that needs to be a variable. Init items. Hang on a minute. I really should make sure. Okay, note for next time. I go to do not disturb mode, so that, I mean, that was a pretty benign notification, but I don't want to dox my family or publish any drama from my family through notification popping up. Okay, so application items, self.items equals items, play. What did I do? Applications. I haven't even done anything. Applications. And then we want the content view, the window group. We want what? I've just had a complete mind blank what it's called. Environment. Environment object animations. No. Applications. Thanks for checking in, Mark. Heading out to grab a bite. Keep up great videos. I really need to figure out my low conversion rate. You made a good point earlier that it's hard to put links into the chat. What I wanted to do in the future is have a session where people can just throw apps to me and I can review while I'm coding and all of that sort of stuff. This is just the first time just to get used to coding, of course. But yeah, I can help you out with that in the future. Type cannot conform to observable object. Why you do this to me? Is it content view? Am I just doing it wrong? Environment object. Yep, I've just got to put that there. Great. That was all that had to be done. Okay, so we've got all of the applications in there. Instead of initializing them within the view, what applications have I got? ChatGPT. Instead of initializing them in the view, we will now have mind blank. Environment object variable applications screen recording apps equals applications dot items. Can I do that? No. Applications equals applications private variable screen recording apps application return applications dot items. Should work, but it doesn't work. There we go. So theoretically what that should do now, we load it up. Fail. Screen recording apps, because we're updating it directly through there. Before I jump into that, what I want to do is go to the applications class, and I'm just going to initialize it manually for now, just so I've got something to work with before I start saving it in there. Self.items equals all of those items. We don't need screen recording apps because now we've got it in the applications. So we say applications.items and screen recording apps is now applications.items, replace all. Yes, so that is loading up in the class outside of this view. Go to settings. That's not working. No observable object. When we load it from what I'm learning right now, when I load it from the app delegate menu, it doesn't listen to environment object. MacOS. Let's just get to that in a bit. Record Safari. Screen cropper. I'm happy with how it's coming along. 1 hour 46 minutes into development of this little area here. And now the next stage is, so I've got a hard coding recording the screen, hard coded the simulator. And what I want to do is, so if I load up the screenshot animator, I load that up. I think that should appear in the list. So then I go to add and simulator, add. So ChatGPT and Simulator are the ones that I want to have in there for testing. We've already got, this is the wrong code now. Okay, ChatGPT. And simulator. So it should just be 2 apps in there now. We have ChatGPT and Simulator. These are the ones that we want to start recording automatically. At the moment, I am successfully recording Simulator window. And what I want to do is change that so it keeps an eye on all of the windows that we've added. I've added it as a global screen recorder is an object, and I've added it as a global variable, what's the terminology? Environment object. And now this screen recorder should keep track of all of the applications we've got added. So where does screen recorder initialize? Content view recorder equals screen recorder. Settings view is the main settings. We're going to leave it with that for now for this initial version. Start recording. So I want to be able to update recorder with the list of current windows. So we'll say variable applications. Environment object applications, because environment objects only work in a view, not in a class. So what I need to do is get the list inside this class. And we will ask ChatGPT. So give an example of, this is my code. instead of only tracking simulator, I want to track all applications.items.name, and if applications.items.is enabled, then it starts recording. And then I'm going to give it an example of, so we go applications. First, this is what applications class currently looks like. This is what my code looks like. Update, please. Content view. Boom. Let's see if it fixes it this time. Screen recorder published applications. So it initializes the applications. How do I get the environment object into the class nicely? So changes to the environment object are also reflected in the class. Observe changes in the applications list. So maybe it just updates automatically. Update content view. Initializing it. Okay, so you can initialize it from an environment, maybe not. Takes no arguments, but I think, so screen recorder, applications. Then I want to update screen recorder, initialize it. Observed object, applications, handle application list change, stop monitoring, start monitoring. That's is that necessary? Do we need to, because I think it just automatically goes through. So I think we can remove that for now. When it's initialized, it starts monitoring. That's correct, isn't it? Do we have it? We don't need to initialize it to start monitoring because that happens externally. Start monitoring. What we want is this list of applications to be updated from the environment variable, the environment object. comes into the initialization of the view. I didn't know this was possible. This is something I'm learning now. Okay, I think update the code so it tracks all applications items .name and records automatically instead of hard-coded simulator. Will this work? I don't know. What is this? App delegate. This is rewriting beginning. Content view. Okay. Recorder, screen recorder. Find window. I think that's new. We haven't got that. Let's just see what happens if I take the whole screen recorder class that ChatGPT has created. Oh, yeah, thanks for that. You just cut off half the code. Write the entire class. I feel like get window frame, request desktop access. We got all of those details already. The new code that we're doing is screen input. We've done that. Get window frame. Request desktop access, save desktop bookmark, load save desktop access, access desktop. It's very dependent on saving to the desktop at the moment. I don't see the code in there, how it tracks applications. It is a bit easier to search inside. This big block of code that's created is fun to work through. Okay, applications. For application in application.item, so application is enabled. Fantastic. If not recording, start recording. Okay, it may have done it. If is recording, stop recording. If no enabled applications are active, stop recording. Find window. I think we've lost it so that it's... I think we've lost some functionality there. Let's check. ChatGPT, we'll go to desktop. Not doing anything. So this find window, I think, is the area we need. Check active window, find window. Let's go back to the code I had before and we go to the simulator. I guess it can only record one application at a time. So if you do switch between applications, it will, what it should do is stop the recording and start a new recording, I guess. Okay. That didn't work as expected. Dear ChatGPT, please update the code So it will keep an eye on applications.items.name, and if it is present, it replaces the existing code I have for recording the window of the application detected. Noting the application must be in foreground to record. If application drops into background or no longer foreground, it will stop recording. Noting the existing functionality where it crops the video to the dimensions of the window being recorded. Go. G'day, Dave. Awesome to hear that you've been inspired to sell the app. Did you use Flipper? Did you use Twitter? Did you use acquire.com? Let me know what you used. Let's see if this code works. Start recording. Current window ID is recording. Connection. That does all of the stuff I would expect it to do. Get window frame from window ID. Request desktop access. So access desktop, load desktop, save desktop, request desktop. It's probably for version 1.1.0, I might just save it to desktop, and then in a future version allow a bit more robust functionality for changing locations, even changing file names. So if you're editing in, you're recording for the simulator, the file name will have simulator in it. If you're recording for something else, and then being able to set the actual location as well. Get window frame. Start recording. Is app active? Find window. Applications. Let's see if that works. Screen recorder. We want to replace all of that. Boom. Let's just quickly see if it works. Okay, so we're tracking ChatGPT and simulator. If I open up ChatGPT, it's recording. And then it should have stopped. That's not as I expected. What happened there? It's just recording literally the ChatGPT icon. Is it doing the same for the simulator? So the simulator, it's recording. Good. Take my mouse off it. And it's cropping it wrong. It's cropping it wrong. Why is it cropping it wrong? Code works for finding foreground window, recording, etc. But cropping is wrong. Restore to old code for cropping. But it needs to apply for the updated window in foreground. Does that make sense, ChatGPT? Because I don't even think I made sense. I listed on Flipper, have a meeting tomorrow with a potential buyer. Awesome. I haven't tested Anthropic Sonnet yet. It's a shame it has a 5-hour timeout instead of 3, like a limit. Yeah, I really should switch over to it. I've got my flow working nicely with ChatGPT because I've been using it for a year. But I want to get into Claude because I think there's some better APIs that I want to get access to for some of the functionality inside my video editing app. Okay, let's see if this works. What I've tried to do is I've restored the clipping that I've done for the previous version. Let's start with one that we know that works in the past, which is simulator. Okay, we've got the simulator. And it's cropped correctly. Woohoo! Let's see what happens with ChatGPT this time. And then it's doing the app icon. I think it's cropping the app icon in the toolbar at the top. The cropping seems to include the toolbar at the top, where owner is ChatGPT, for example. It's the icon in the toolbar near the clock that is being cropped. I would like the software to be intelligent enough to crop the foreground selected window instead of looking for the app name and cropping the first window instead. Let's see. Hey Adam, I've been watching you for a while and excited to catch you live. I have an app that struggles to get downloads organically from the App Store and doesn't make enough to justify paid ads. Would you be interested in reviewing it? Of course I would. What we've identified is this is my first live stream. I wanted to be able to have people share their apps with me so that I can review them and have a look over them while I'm doing these sessions. Turns out you can't send a link through the chat. It just gets filtered straight away for spam reasons. So you have to think of another way of being able to sort of bring to my attention what apps to review and have a look at and provide guidance and help on. So if you're following me on Twitter, send me a DM and I can look at it after the stream. Let's see if this works. Or tune in for another one when I've got those sorts of issues sorted out. Screen recorder. The problem with content creation is this is just an app that I'm creating to create a video because it's an app that I was using myself. So I made a quick, scrappy version of the app for my own use case. I thought it would be a good idea to turn this into a fully fledged app that can be on the App Store, my first MacOS app, which is a challenge in its own, but then I have to edit a video and put some interesting element behind it. So the idea, creating software and then reporting on the software and then having a video that's entertainment that has the learning elements in there. This is something that I'm getting the hang of and starting to learn. All right, I've done the ChatGPT. Let's hope this time that this is now capturing the window and not the icon at the top. And success. That is success. That worked. That worked. Let's try it. I think when I move it, it might cause some issues. That's my hunch. My hunch is when I move it. Okay, I don't know. But like, let's say I generate some code. Show me a random block of text. So theoretically, this is all being captured automatically by the software. I go over, it stops recording. I open it up And now we have me saying, show me the random. Yes, it works. I'm happy with that. And then if I switch over to my simulator, I can now set up a project in here. And that too will have recorded automatically. So now when I'm creating content, I no longer have to remember to record the screen. I can just have an agent running in the background that will record my chat GPT sessions. I can have an agent, I can have a thing running in the background where it's just recording the simulator. And then when it comes to putting videos together, I'm no longer chopping this and chopping that and doing this and doing that. All I'm doing is just going into my desktop, and all of my recordings are just sitting there ready to be imported into my video. I'm happy with that. So the video, I think, is about my idea. The hook for my video is like this process takes 2 minutes in a video editor, but because I'm a programmer, it takes 2 hours. And have a look at that. It took 2 hours. I think that's pretty much it. That's the core functionality of the app done. Need to do a bit more cleaning up. I'm going to take a break for a bit and get stuck back into it. Then I'm going to record a video about it and upload it hopefully tonight. So that's it for today. Been watching you for a while and excited to catch you live. Struggles to get downloads. Would you be interested in reviewing it? Yes, I would. That's impressive. Well done. Thank you very much. I'm really happy with that. I think for version 1.0, I'm going to drop the icons and things, just clean it up a bit. All the core functionalities there. If I was using it myself, this is sufficient. But to get it onto the Mac App Store, I want it to be like actual properly functional. And like I said, version 1.0, just to get it out there in transparency, it's content for a video. The content for the video is the process of creating this tool, sharing this tool. Other people found it useful on Twitter, so fleshing it out into a proper tool. Version 1.0 means it just saves to the desktop for now, doesn't have the fancy icons. Future versions could have the ability to sort of filter by the name of the window. So I could say I want to track Safari, but only when XYZ is open. Otherwise, I'm happy with that, and it's just a bit of cleaning up. So that was my first stream. Thanks for tuning in and watching the mess unfold and then come together at the end. So thanks for that, and I'll catch you in the next one. How do I stop this thing?